All right, welcome to the live stream for today. Fourth time's the charm, I guess. While I was live streaming the last time, I was removing the failed streams of the 3 previous streams and accidentally removed the stream I was currently on. I didn't know that was even possible. Anyhow, today, I should say this weekend, I've upgraded my firmware on the studiolive Series 3, which is the studiolive 32, and updated universal control, and was working on this mix earlier. And I had something that has been an issue with the studiolive in previous years for me, which is that it would become unresponsive at times. And at this specific time, like some other times before in the past, it quit working as soon as the session glitched. And usually Studio 1.6 is rock solid. It has been for the last year for me. But I maybe had 2 or 3 crashes in that year. And all of a sudden, when I updated the firmware, which I was scared to do, I had it crash on me, which I wasn't sure was the firmware. I'm still not sure. I was moving around the bass line in this track. I was doing some Melodyne 808 bending through Melodyne. That's the way I decided to go about doing what I heard in my head. And what happened was, just moving one clip to another spot, the session crashed in Studio 1.6. So I restarted the session, fired it back up, continued working, never checked the board, never tried to adjust the volume. I had it set where I wanted. Just kind of forgot about the board was even being there, and saved it, and then went to live stream. And not only was the live stream no longer set up for input, which if you look at OBS, I'm using the audio input capture device for my audio, because that is coming from my Studio Live via a stream mix, and it so it wasn't capturing the audio, and it just, and I had no clue of it, and I was live streaming, did that several times today, and never knew that also got messed up when I updated the firmware, and the board crashed. So I went through, reestablished everything, connection to everything, and now everything's working. And I'm sorry if you tuned in earlier today on one of the 3 previous streams of no sound, or me just being an idiot and getting rid of the current stream I was on. But yeah, I wanted to let everybody know about that. And I really hope that PreSonus in the future, now that I'm trying Studio 1.7, which that's why I upgraded everything, so I wanted to try Studio 1.7. I read online that there was issues with previous firmware that was designed behind 6 with this board, having some issues with communicating with Studio 1.7, so I went ahead and just upgraded everything, software and firmware wise, today. And I'm really hoping in the future this becomes more solid as I had with my last experience with Studio 1.6 and the Series 3 firmware of last year, because it was great. The best it's ever been since I've owned this board, and I've owned this board since they came out. I got it on pre-order through Sweetwater. So it was a very good year for reliability and functionality. Anyhow, this weekend I also made a talkback mix. So the only mix, well, these mixes get just raw talkback. That's fine. But for streaming, I made a auxiliary mix so I can apply effects to my talkback mic. So currently, you can only do that on the master fader. Currently, I have a high pass at 40 hertz. Let me tap the desk. Maybe it's not as loud as last time. I hope not. I don't have headphones on, so I don't know how it sounds at the moment. But I'm hoping that's okay. And then, that's pretty much it. Also on this mix, if I wanted to apply some like effects to be goofy, I could, which, gives me some flexibility. And also I have compression on this, and I'm using the classic compressor, which I felt like sounded the best with this mic when I had headphones on. Doing some reduction and smoothing of my vocal. And if I was to, get crazy and get loud, it's not too much of a big deal. So, yeah. So that's now feeding into my stream mix without direct talkback. It's getting a talkback mix. So, yeah. I don't know what's going on here at this mix. Something's going on here. I might have to check, because that ain't right. There's probably something to do with my ear mix and all that. I'll have to check here in a bit. See if there's an issue, because I see it there too. And reduction. Interesting. If you go to the headphones mix, I see it in that mix. What is causing that? I don't know. I'll have to hunt it down after the stream. Anyhow, Personas gotta get a little bit more solid for us. I know you guys got bought by Fender. I'm hoping Fender will continue to make some improvements, but not be a money grubbing company like Avid. Because if that's the case, I might as well go to Cubase. Anyhow, I wanted to share this session. I've pretty much done all the work I'm going to do to it today on previous live streams that failed. But it's now on Studio One 7. I really like how the folder tracks look now compared to what they used to look like. I like the rounded edges. I like what Personas has been doing for beat producers. I wouldn't consider myself just a beat producer. I've done a lot of mixing work in the last several years, and I record, live audio, especially vocals, and I do a lot of comping, and I also do a lot of MIDI work. I'm kind of a hybrid producer, creator, and there's some things I wish they would implement that's been overlooked. Mostly the feature to link plugins across channels and have their parameters match in real time, linked parameters, like Cubase and Pro Tools, which is the only two DAWs I can think of that have that feature. I think everybody else has overlooked it. It's pretty powerful, especially if you have dub guitars left and right through a guitar sim. You're recording guitar DI, and you want the guitar to be pretty much the same tone, pan hard left and hard right. And you can go back and forth trying to dial it in for hours. Where if you're on Pro Tools or something, I can do that in minutes in Pro Tools and hear the dub left and right guitar and the full stereo image and how it sits in the mix and get it dialed in pretty quick with that feature. Where Studio One, you got to copy back and forth the plug-in and the whole chain, and it's, which is a cool feature that Studio One allows us to do easier than most, but that link plugin parameters thing is something sorely missed by me and a few other people. My buddy Cody, me and him's talked about it, and that's the feature he misses from Pro Tools, and it's the only feature that I miss from Pro Tools. The rest of it can, disappear for all I care. So yeah, I'm hoping that Fender and Personas get that figured out in the next year or so. I wasn't originally going to upgrade until they've done that, but here I am. So it is what it is. I'm going to go ahead and play this mix and let you guys hear where this mix has come within the last week of recording the vocals. We did, as you'll see up here at the arranger track, we did agree that the last verse we recorded, which is verse 3, sounds better as the intro verse. So that verse has been swapped, and then verse 1's now verse 2, verse 3 is now verse 2. So This is what I have so far. I hope to finish this mix within the next week. Enjoy.
We up all night, put up a fight. Don't move your feet, won't lose if you don't leave. From losing sleep, another night to rest in peace. From death to life. Walking in heaven while I'm walking on earth. In the world but not of it, ever since second birth. Got so much to unlearn, there's so much that I've heard. Can't get with YOLO, yeah, I know that I've been given 2 hearts. Here's my life in 2 parts, to the light, through the dark. All the sunset, do not part. It's getting hot, I'm getting parched. I'm finished line and never start from the beginning, never stop. Religion says you're not enough, but don't you know you're gifted, given everything that pertains to life and godliness. Made in the image, that's the kind of light you is. That's as bright as it gets. It's all available according to the knowledge of Him. Seated in heavenly places, ain't no climbing up. Everything gone when I blink, everything wrong in my dreams. Open my eyes to see, what do I believe? Wake me out my sleep, set this captive free. Help me to listen when you speak, yeah, this is who I am. We up all night, put up a fight. Don't move your feet, won't lose if you don't leave. From losing sleep, another night to rest in peace. From death to life. God would gotta get to know me. All these thoughts running, got a lot to say on what to believe or not. Don't drop that mustard seed of faith. Snakes falling off the tree. Take this peach or this apple and curiosity. I realize it's not a good fruit. You in a dark room, got the thoughts of myself while I'm in the pew. Try to tell me things I already knew. Tell me something new, what you call good news. Been drinking booze, if you can't tell, they say I'm going to hell. That ain't help a bit, feel like I'm stuck and it keeps me loose. And I'm tired of it, but I don't know what to do. Just you in a dark room, tell the thoughts of myself with nothing new. Nobody else that I trust, not even me. All I want is simple truth, but I can't even think, don't know what to say. I'ma just walk away since I don't got the right to stay. It's all good, I never could trust anything that try to take my peace. Everything gone when I blink, everything wrong in my dreams. Open my eyes to see, what do I believe? Wake me out my sleep, set this captive free. Help me to listen when you speak, yeah, this is who I am. We up all night, put up a fight. Don't move your feet, won't lose if you don't leave. From losing sleep, another night to rest in peace. From death to life. You can kick it, flip it, twist it, spin it, no matter how you turn it. Not got it, but God did when I never did deserve it. Walking out on who I was, walking in who rose the sun. You were made for something great, yeah, I do this all on purpose. Stuck on generational curses, Jesus flipped the game and reversed it. Gotta move on with life, that's certain. Put a smile on my face like Kermit. It's a new day, we all still learning. Feel the heat, feel the fire, let it burn up, purify me like a diamond. No 4 walls inside these churches, getting lit on Christ's return. To let my mind be realigned to what your word is. Put all the lies in a line and start to burn it. As it lights up, I'm learning what it really means to live. What is life, what is purpose?
Okay, well, not quite as stable as Studio 1.6. There at the end, I had some, I got plugin nap on. Had some plugins coming in to do some automation to the piano with the wavetable. That new plugin, which I really like. What's it called? I think it's a Table Shaper by Kilohertz. And a whole lot of automation with it. doing some wiggly wobbles, and give that piano some lo-fi kind of ear candy at the end, as it seems like it's kind of fading out. Anyhow, it kind of, dropped out a little bit at the end, which Studio One 6 was not doing. And I have it on the low latency Ozone 10 for streaming, keep it from clipping, and not my mastering chain, which with my mastering chain it was pretty stable on Studio One 6. So yeah, they got some improvement to do here and there. So anyhow, hope you enjoyed the progress I've made on this song, which is the last song in a 4-track EP to come out as a debut EP for Unconditional Victory. His name is Isaac Sparks. He's Rusty Sparks' son. So look out for that if you're interested in it. Yeah, so this is going to be my live stream for today. I'll see y'all next week.